So I'm sure by now you've heard the news that a fake Ghanaian Paralympic team arrived in Norway and is to wait. Yes, they've absconded, and up to now one person is dead. Well, the president of the Ghana Paralympic team has been speaking and says that the team that went to Norway faked his signature, and in fact they are not approved or they are not certified Ghanaian Paralympic team because they are fake. Nobody knows about them, and they had to use dubious ways to get to Norway. Well, I'll tell you all the story right here on Sports Update Ghana. All you have to do is subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So let's get right into it. So on Saturday, news went viral that a fake Paralympic team that went to Norway to represent Ghana have absconded, and they took to their heels after arriving in Norway. You know, they wanted to japa, and they used Norway as an opportunity to escape from the hardships in Ghana. Well, after they arrived and they stood, the team made up of 9. One person has been reported dead, and you know what happens when someone dies in a foreign land. That was what brought their news to the limelight, and the national security had to issue a statement about it. So that is where the whole story starts from. So let's go and check what the national security had to say. So it says that Ghana Paralympic team absconds upon arrival. Number 1, it says reports indicate the absconding of members of the Ghana Paralympic team to other Schengen states following their arrival in Oslo, Norway on 25th April 2024 for the Fortcraft Beijing City Marathon. So they were supposed to go and participate in a marathon Paralympic Games. It went on to say, number 2, it was gathered that the 11 member team failed to register and participate in the competition slated for 27th April 2024. Further, Nana Entry, a team member, was apprehended and detained on the 26th of April 2024 by Norwegian security officials for attempting to depart Norway to Sweden in a one-way train ticket. So one person attempted to escape and he was apprehended. Now, why say you are going for a tournament, you get there, you don't even participate, and you are jackpying? Number 3, it says that consequently the Norwegian embassy in Accra has issued alerts to other Schengen and Western diplomatic missions in Accra and the European Border Coast Guard Agency as part of efforts to apprehend and repatriate the team members. So they want to bring them to Ghana, so they are putting in all effort to get them back to Ghana. Number 4 says statedly George Jemfi JC, the team coach, collapsed on April 28, 2024 and was admitted to the Oslo University Hospital, Urival, where he passed away on 17th May 2024. Number 5 says kindly find attached the details of the Ghana team and other relevant documents cognizant of the development potentials to hinder Ghanaian future. Number 6 says cognizant to the development potential to hinder future Ghanaian sporting contingents. Your ministry is appraised for necessary action. And number 7 says regards, signed Honorable Albert Kanapa, Minister for National Security, and he copied a number of people. So this message goes to the Paralympic team and the Ministry of Youth and Sport. So that is what the National Security said in their statement. So from what we've gathered, the case was there in April, but well, it was okay until someone died. Now when the person died, well, that's when the Norwegian embassy decided to pile pressure on the national security to issue a statement about this. So that is how come the statement has gone viral. Well, the president of the Ghana Paralympic team, that is Mr. Samson Dean, has been speaking about the development, and he was interviewed by Joy Sports when the news broke out on Saturday, and this was what he had to say.
The Ghana Paralympic team, 1, have not sent anybody have not sent any athlete, have not written a letter, have not applied for a visa, we have never applied for a visa at the Norwegian embassy. The Ghana Paralympic Committee have not sent anybody, any athlete, any official, any human, a Ghanaian, to the Norwegian embassy or even to get a visa to travel to Norway. The Ghana Paralympic Committee have no intention and have ever had any intentions of even attempting or even trying to participate in an event which is an Olympic or which is a Paralympic qualifier in Norway or Oslo. The letter from the national security fine is good. It came from the Norwegian embassy, which reported that an application have passed through the embassy. The embassy had issued visas to some people. Let me say that upon our checks, upon receiving this document from the Ministry of Sports, we engaged, we checked, and then we realized that the letter was written, forged. They forged my signature, forged my letter, and applied for a visa for some people who are not athletes, who are not individuals associated with
okay, before you go on, Mr. Samson Dean, they forged your letter. Who are they, the they you refer to?
Theodore Mauli Viwoto, who is the former Secretary General of the Ghana Amputee Football Association, and Ernest Eisi, who is the founder of Ernest Foundation. Upon reaching out to them, we asked them why, how they got my signature and how they got my letter. They indicated one of the persons who are listed in the letters that I have forwarded to you, called Adongo, is the one who found my letter, forged all the signature. And where is the Adongo? The Adongo is not residing in Ghana at the moment. He's nowhere to be found. He's in Europe. And for that matter, these two officers who have one way or the other their associations in development of disability sport has since yesterday been suspended from any activity which is a Paralympic or disability sports in the country for now. And then we have written to the Ghana Police Service for further investigation into this matter. I have not signed any letter since my occupying the office of Ghana Paralympic Committee since 2019. I have never signed any letter to the Norwegian embassy. I have not signed a letter to this embassy and applied for a visa for anyone. It is forged. They forged my letter. They forged my signature, and everything about this is forgery. It has nothing to do with the Ghana Paralympic Committee. It's just unfortunate that this document finds itself in the media, but the truth is that Ghana Paralympic Committee has no association to this particular issue.
Unfortunate turn of events, and because time is not our best friend, we will want to leave it. We would want to leave it here, and we would pursue it further. But it's important and good that you have brought the clarification that you do not know anything about any purported letters that have been written to the Norwegian embassy here in Accra. Yeah. And they state clearly from the letter that we intercepted, from the National Security Minister, it's been copied to the Foreign Minister and the Youth and Sports Minister, that subsequent, applications will be affected if, obviously, this matter is not dealt with the way it must be dealt with. So you have a responsibility to make sure that the investigations are instituted by the security agency.
That is the reason why upon getting the I even got the hint from the EU, the European office in Ghana, before the National Security and the Ministry of Youth and Sport reaching out to me. And then by then, I had already investigated the matter and we know the people. What we want to say is that the Ghana Paralympic Committee has no hand in this. We have not engaged. We have not sent anyone to the Norwegian embassy. These two people have been reported to the Ghana Police Service. And I know that the matter will be taken up and then investigation will go into it. We shall provide the report as to what transpired, how they got my letter, how they forged them, and even the shocking aspect of it is that the Norwegian embassy granted the visa based on my letter. It is because of the letter. They earlier refused the application, and then upon receiving a letter from my office, they granted the visa. So which is something that we have to take seriously and make sure we do enough cleaning exercise within the disability front.
So that is the president of the Ghana Paralympic Committee, that is Mr. Samson Dean, saying that, well, they forged his documents and all that, and says all the things that have been said about the team, well, they are a fake team to start off, and in fact they are not recognized, and for them to go and use his signature to represent the country and all that, well, it calls for a further investigation. Well, Ghanaian sports journalist that Sadiq Adams has been speaking about the issue. Well, Sports Obama in a number of tweets had this to say. He says, first of all, the team in Norway is a fake Ghana Para team. The names being mentioned as leaders are past executives of the committee. There are about 5 different teams calling themselves Ghana Para team, despite not being recognized by government. So there's only one Paralympic team, and that is recognized worldwide by the World Paralympic Association. But there are Paralympics Ghana, we know the credible one, but people have intentionally created fake teams, and they are using it as an avenue to travel. Well, he went on to say, having worked as a member of the LOC for the first Africa Para Games in Accra, I got an insight into the stack divisions and underdealings by especially some former executives of the Paralympic Committee. When the original Ghana amputee football team was preparing for the just ended amputee AFCON in Egypt, there was also another team training for the same tournament. This same amputee AFCON that we went to win in Egypt. There was another fake one that was also trying to go and represent Ghana at the tournament. He went on to say that I had to take a court order to stop the fake team from planning to Egypt ahead of the official team. There's a need to weed these guys out once and for all. He went on to state that at the moment, athletes of the official Ghana Paralympic team who have qualified for the upcoming Paralympic Games in Paris are already in France for their pre-competition campaign. And that is what Sadiq Adams had to say about the whole issue. So you see, people have created fake teams among the Paralympic team. This cannot go with the Blasters, but when least finance sports are going through things like that, well, you have to understand, because the Ministry of Youth and Sports are not supporting them, and if they were supporting them, I don't think we would get to this particular situation where fake teams will come in and all that. And I think that they have to be investigated, and the punishments, well, they deserve it, because they really tarnished the image of Ghana outside the country. Now, Samsudeen has also come out with another video saying that, see, when the news broke out, people started using all sorts of pictures to tell the story. Well, the pictures that people use are actually the pictures of the actual Paralympic team who are in France preparing for the Paralympic Games, which will take on in France. You know, the Olympic Games will go on and the Paralympic Games will come off after. Well, the Ghana Paralympic team is currently in France preparing for the Games, and says that the team that went to the Norway are fake and they are not actually the Paralympic team. He spoke in a separate video, and I want us to listen to Samsudeen.
What I want to make clear to the Ghanaian media and the people of Ghana is that no Ghana Paralympic team member, no Ghana Paralympic team official, no Ghana Paralympic team coach, no Paralympic team member, no associate member, no foreign member of the Ghana Paralympic team, none, nobody, no official letter or no letter or any communication or anything that got to do with Ghana's qualification to the Olympic or to the Paralympic Games, or anything that got to do with applying for a visa to the Norwegian embassy. I am appealing to Ghanaians, and we want to make things clear that the Ghana Paralympic team have not applied for a visa. Never have anybody, never has the MPC Ghana, never have I signed any letter for and on behalf of the Ghana Paralympic team, and never have we or any of our assigns or officers of the Ghana Paralympic team or the MPC Ghana have applied for a visa at the Norwegian embassy. What you have seen in the media, it's a forged letter by some group of people who are into disability sport development. NST Foundation. NST is a person with disability, an amputated person who engaged himself in forgery of documents with a former Ghana Amputee Football Association Secretary General with name Theodore Maule Viwoto, who have since on the 18th of July been suspended indefinitely by the MPC Ghana. I want to appeal to the people of Ghana that the pictures, the images, the stories that is going viral has nothing to do with any member or anyone they see in the picture. None of them are or are involved or have or are associated to these people. The letters that was sent with my signature on it were forged by these guys, which is Ernest AEC and Theodore Maule Viwoto, who did all this forged document, fraudulently used my document to acquire visas for some people who are very unknown to the Paralympic family. I want to appeal to everyone that no member of the Ghana Paralympic team have applied or have engaged in such very bad situation. We apologize, and we are going to make sure that we put structures into place that will stop such future occurrences where people can forge my signature to acquire visas. Thank you.
So that is something Dean over there, and I hope that you've gotten the full gist of what actually happened. So don't go out there and denigrate anyone and use pictures that are not the people who traveled to the country Norway to go and do some jackpotting over there in the country, because the actual Paralympic team are in France. Well, that's all for the update here on Sports Update Ghana. Thanks for doing the watching. I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe, and I'm out.